I don't normally commentate, so this is going to be a bit weird for me, so bear in mind with that. But I reached 200 hours on Moira in Overwatch 2. Not only this, but I reached 200 hours as I also reached the All-Star rank on support in Stadium. Completely solo queue as pretty much just Moira. I think I have some time on a different character. If we swap it over. The only other character I had was an hour on Juno when someone else took Moira. So I will show the build I used for Moira in Stadium if you were interested. First round, I will normally pick Ethereal, which helps you with survival or anything like that. But if you are confident in how you play the game on round 1, you want to go with either Phantasm or Crossover. Depending on how you play, it's either fading into your team a lot, or the enemy team, or using this for survival and damage. This one's also pretty good for cash generation in the first couple of rounds. I normally go with Phantasm. And on round 1, I normally go with Charged Plating, Power Playbook, and the Armored Vest. And for any of you that don't know, if you using Phantasm, it will place a stationary orb of the last one you used. So I was to use a damage orb, and then fade, it places a stationary damage orb. But if I was to use, say, a heal orb and fade, it will place a stationary heal orb. The best way normally to use it though is I normally just fade into the enemy team or choke points and use it. That was meant to be a damage orb, but you kind of understand what I mean. Especially if you build up ability lifesteal that will help you stay alive. Round 2, depending on cash, I will just pick Phantasmic Flux. This is the lifesteal that I was talking about with a bit of ability and weapon power. If you don't have 13,500, I normally get rid of Armored Vest because you should be able to get up to 12,000. If not, then you can either get rid of the Power Playbook as well, or get rid of the Charged Plating. But if you know you can build your ult up, charge plating definitely helps. By round 3, your next power should be cross orb. It just helps keep you alive, helps with a bit more damage. By this point, you want to grab, depending on how much you get, if you get a low amount, I recommend either any weapon or ability, or maybe grabbing the little bit of armor back, or grabbing the Nano Cola or Smart Orbs. Or if you have enough, you can get both. Now, the next parts really depend on either your team's composition or the enemy team. If they're running something like Lucio or a Queen, you will probably want the Cyber Venom ability. Sorry, the Liquid Nitrogen ability. Liquid Nitrogen as well as Smart Orbs will help keep the enemy team slowed the whole time a damage orb is on them, using Phantasm and Cross Orbal, you should roughly have them on them quite a bit, I would say. If they're running something like high damage, high healing output, you would probably want the Cyber Venom, which reduces reduces the healing reduction of the enemy team the whole time an ability is doing damage. Again, with Smart Orbs, that's pretty good because the whole time it's doing damage, it moves a lot slower. Plus, if you're using Phantasm, it also applies. But by the end, I would say you probably wouldn't want this. You will definitely want to keep Phantasmic Flux no matter what. The ability and weapon life still are very good. You will probably want to have either Liquid Nitrogen or Cyber Venom, but depending how rich you get, you can go both. I normally trade out Smart Orbs for Extendrils at some point in the game. Obviously, you're going to want Champions Kit. This is all depending how far you get. And I like either having Iridescent Iris when you use your ultimate, but that is up to you. You can also go with Numerical Fusion Drive to give you shields. Armor. Two different things. Or if you don't have the cash, you can also go with Nano Cola. But I normally go with Lumerico, so this is a 66,000 build cost type of build. The next things you'll want, if you were wondering, is multi-ball helps more with orbs. And with the amount of orbs you're using, you can go Chain Grasp to help you attach to other people, or Ethereal Excision for the extra lifesteal and movement speed. I will normally go with Ethereal, but that is completely your choice between the two. As you can tell, this is purely the ability build to go with your orbs and your ultimate, because the more scaling your ability does, the more damage your ult also does. Plus your ult is going to be applying slows and the healing reduction as well. And the help with Phantasmic Flux is you also get overhealth, which helps you build up even more tanky. So you become pretty hard to kill. There are obviously other builds you can go with, but this is how I soloed from Rookie 5 to All-Star. The only thing I will say is this build is not good at all against D.Va. If you were to fight a D.Va, I would recommend probably doing a Grasp build. Something like that. I'm not well versed on these. There is other people better with Moira builds. I would recommend probably going to talk to someone else about these sorts of things, but you'd probably want to go Ethereal, Chain Grasp, Deconstruction, so you get extra damage. And you can either go with Scientific Method if you are comfortable fading through the enemy team. If not, then you can go Destructor's Divide, although I do not feel like it's the best sort of ability. You can get use out of pretty much every Moira power, except for empowering you. Especially if you already have a Mercy, the increased damage is not enough to compensate for that. So I would normally go for Deathed or Destruction's Divide, but at the same time, a Grasp build isn't as good on the ability power sense, so that is up to you. You would probably want to start off with compensator, weapon life steal, attack speed, or if you don't want the compensator, I would either go for charged plating just for the early armor and ability power. But again, with it being a diva build, I'd probably just go with the armored vest. To start off with, on the earlier rounds, I would just get anything to increase mainly attack speed, whether that is a little bit of ability power or something like the attack speed, move speed one that's in here. So you'll probably want attack speed, move speed, and if you're able to get it by round 2, I'd also recommend the attack speed ability power. This is literally a round 2 build with only 11,000, so you'd only have ethereal at this point, but this is helpful. Round 3, you would probably get Chain Grasp, and I'd recommend still getting Phantasmic Flux. If not, you're probably doing a lot of Grasp healing, so a lot of this. So I would probably recommend either getting the Bio Needles for more Grasp from your damage. You can get high capacity tubing, I just don't recommend it, so you can get bio needles. I would get rid of either one of these two by now, depending on what you have. And I would probably recommend getting alternative energy, so each time you fade, you refill your energy bar, but you also get a bit of ability power, and the main thing is the attack speed. The higher attack speed you have on Moira, the faster, obviously this is, the faster you use your spray, which is also why I recommended Bio Needles, because that helps get this back quicker, as well as Ethereal. It also helps it come back quicker. As you can see, that instantly filled it. And then if not, and you're in a bit of a sticky situation, you have alternative energy to fade and get your entire bar back anyway. So you should always have the ability to do it. As you can see, the blue parts around me is from the deconstruction power, which you wouldn't have until round 5. But that just means when you're using this, this will end up doing more damage. And this little bar thing on the side has memory in it, so even if you let that recharge, it will remember when 50 energy is. As you can see, I only used about 30. You will probably want at some point sorry, I got a bad throat, but you'll probably some point want to get Phantasmic Flux for the life steal. Plus you get a bit of weapon power, so that also helps with your damage. The ability in here, I think it's this one. Yes, the secondary grasp range, which is this, is optional, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would probably get something like, oh, it's over here, booster jets. So you do get a bit of move speed every time you use an ability, and you also get the 20% attack speed, which also helps with your ultimate. I would also recommend still getting the Lumerica Fusion Drive. No matter what, this helps you get some armor or shields, depending on which one you have. We normally have shields. So if you were to take damage, these aren't gonna do a lot, so it's kinda hard to show but when you fade or use orbs, it will fill up, and that also includes when you use your ult, which also helps when you get attack speed, because it actually makes your ult shoot quicker. So yes, you might not have the ability power to help it do more damage or healing, but it does shoot quick enough to still be helpful. But by the end, you probably just want to tack on something that helps a bit more with attack speed or the weapon power, but attack speed helps more on Moira. Either way, even if it is tempting, never grab this for the attack speed. You get 10% attack speed, but you also get max ammo and restoring ammo on ability use. You play Moira, it's not worth it. Playing against a D.Va comp, the increased damage to barriers is not going to help you, and the 50% chance to restore ammo, again, not going to help. We play Moira. Even if you just use this to get the MVP title, that goes away soon. This one might help. The 5% increased weapon damage for every 100 max life the target has more than you. This will probably help against the D.Va, maybe against Reapers, because they can also build up a lot of health. So this is mainly against the D.Va comp, but it would also work if they were playing Reaper. Then you also get the attack speed on top of that. If you can't find anything that would help towards the rest of it, I would recommend getting the Closer. Crit hits reveal, but that's not that important. It's mainly just the weapon power and the critical damage, which does help because Ethereal allows you to get headshots. So you can either grab that one, or if you would rather just grab Eye of the Spider for the 25% and 10% increased on enemies below 30 life, that is also a good choice. I normally go with Eye of the Spider, because there's no guarantee that you're going to do headshots. As you can see in the kill feed, we killed that Tracer to a headshot. So that is my Moira build. There is the game that I'm going to show after I'm done talking. It doesn't have any commentary. And unfortunately, it was, I'm pretty sure, a 3-0 stomp. But that is the game that I used, well, game that I played to get into All-Star, so I'm still going to show it off anyway. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have fun with my build, then let me know. But yeah, we'll now go to the no commentary gameplay of me using Moira to get into All-Star completely solo queue. Thank you for watching.
To die on Moira's watch. Time to power up. Powers are impactful modifiers that define a build, so competitors must choose carefully. Three, two,
inevitable.
I'm completely warmed up.
Let's check the stats. 1-0. You can really tell who the playmakers are. Coming up, who's ready to start the push? It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks. We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come. 3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Take the chance. We can do this.
10 seconds until the objectives are locked.
Big Stangerlat.
Now we push. Do not falter.
Your end is within my reach.
We are prepared for it.
You have
Over there.
30
I
seconds.
am on fire.
pushing the barricade. Огонь по готовности. Fire will surrender.
Here's our score. 2-0. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. Next up, the teams are going head-to-head in control. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.